Most of the Canadian Corps heavy artillery and ammunition columns that made Vimy such a great victory and the Canal du Nord victory so important hadn't yet come across the canal to new fire positions that could reach Cambrai. Canadian signalers were still laying new telephone cables and moving up the telephone exchanges. Canadian divisional field artillery batteries did have some hastily laid telephone lines on the surface of the earth and were more or less in position, but only after getting into their new firing positions in the dark, without having the chance to see the ground on which they'd have to fire on the next day, and see the target area. There could be no sustained wire-cutting barrage. There could be no obstacle destruction shooting. By comparison, the Canadian Corps heavy artillery had fired for 1 full week just to cut the barbed wire on the west bank of the Canal du Nord in the week prior, last week actually, and blow lanes open for the great assault. But nonetheless, the RCR, in the cold rain and the gathering darkness last night, moved into the shattered remains of Bourlon Wood in about 3 a.m. this morning. The men rested, if you can call it that, in wet craters. And those of you in here wearing uniforms know what it is to rest in a hole in the mud. You rest as best you can.